Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do another myth busting video. I'm quite enjoying doing these because, as you guys know who are my regulars, I do like to combine tarot with universal law of assumption and conscious manifesting. So I wanted to address some of the common myths that I see thrown around in the tarot and spiritual community. And today I'm going to deal with the whole myth of rejection is protection. And I'm going to throw this in the bucket with this or something better. That was another video I did a while back, and I'll link it up for you guys to check it out. So let's talk about this, and I want to explain to you why this in fact is actually crap and is a limiting belief. And the truth is that rejection is never a sign from the universe or God or fate, and that any rejection that you are experiencing or a pattern of rejection that you're experiencing is in fact always a reflection of your state of consciousness, your inner beliefs, and your assumptions. So today I'm going to show you how to shift that in order to actually get what you desire. And isn't it comfortable for a lot of us sometimes to think when things don't work out that it must be some higher force deciding that there is a reason that we cannot have something, or that maybe there is something outside of us deciding that there is something better for us. So let's really debunk this so that you never ever experience rejection again, and you actually get whatever the fuck you want, and anyone you want, and any version of a person that you want. And I'll give you some powerful techniques so that you can actually flip your rejection narrative. So firstly, let's get into it. Why is rejection is protection a lie? The universe does not decide anything for you, guys. You are, in fact, the universe, okay? The universal law of assumption does explain that you, in fact, are pure consciousness. Your subconscious mind is the portal to your divine intelligence, and that is where you are accessing every possible potential, and that is from the place where you manifest any possible reality or version of anything that you would desire. And therefore, the universe, in fact, is actually you. The idea that rejection is protection implies that something outside of you is controlling your reality. But here's the truth. Nothing happens in your life unless it aligns with your dominant thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions. You weren't protected from a situation where someone decided that they didn't want to be with you or rejected you. You just unconsciously may have assumed rejection was possible. So that is what has played out in your reality, or you may have a pattern of this. So for example, have you ever expected that someone would lose interest, or gone on a date and really liked someone, but then some fears crept up and then suddenly they ghosted or they disconnected? Well, that is an example of you manifesting something within your consciousness that was unfavorable and it crystallizing as a circumstance. Now, assumptions are what creates your experience. Rejection doesn't exist unless you believe in it. Reality conforms to your dominant beliefs about yourself and about love, because we talk about love on this channel, but this would apply in all cases or all areas of life. If you believe somewhere, consciously or unconsciously, that you will be rejected, there is an assumption, and therefore that is what you're going to experience. If you can work on having the assumption that you're always chosen, loved, adored, then you will in fact be able to experience that. I mean, have you ever actually reverse engineered an experience where maybe someone pulled back, someone left you, someone ghosted you, and thought about where were your thoughts at that point in time, or what state of consciousness or version of you were you embodying at the time when that actually occurred, or when those circumstances took place? Be honest with yourself. Okay, the fear of rejection actually manifests rejection. Anticipating rejection actually makes it happen. So sometimes when we aren't even aware of the thoughts we are creating, it is in fact those very thoughts that are running rampant and without our observation that actually end up ultimately manifesting. So for example, sometimes you could be connected to a person, even in a relationship, but then old fears start kicking in. Suddenly you start filtering behaviors through fear. Why haven't they texted me today? Maybe they are losing interest. What if they don't actually really want me? What if they are looking at someone else? What if they're going to leave me for someone else? These thoughts then start to build momentum, and it's actually indicating a state of being that you're in, a state of consciousness. And because reality is going to reinforce your state and the dominant thoughts and assumptions that you hold there, the what ifs, and the what if they're not interested or the what if they leave, then eventually that person mirrors back your fear by breaking up with you, or if you're dating, saying they don't want a relationship, or in some cases, for some of you, even ghosting. And for some of you, you've had this repetitively, and it's almost an unconscious assumption and an expectation. However, if you were totally secure in a connection consistently, then any small thing that occurs or any shift in the dynamic wouldn't trigger the same doubt. It's in fact the way that you are always filtering your experiences that is what is going to continue to be reinforced in your physical reality. So what about if we got you into a state where you're always expecting to be chosen? Seeing rejection as final is also a massive roadblock. The moment you assume rejection is permanent, say someone does in a moment turn around and say that they don't want to be with you anymore, and you accept that as true and final, then you've solidified this. If you continue to focus on that, then that continues to be your reality. But it in fact was just some old assumption or a lead up of thoughts that then crystallize into circumstances. So if you can actually revise this and tell yourself that that was an old assumption or an old belief that was playing out, then you're able to actually reverse things or manifest back in people. This happens a lot in the case of people that are looking to manifest back an ex, etc. People treat you the way that you assume them to treat you. Now, again, if you feel like you are irresistible, if you feel like people would never leave, if you feel like, of course, your person chooses you, then you're going to filter things in a very different way. If you are in a relationship with a person or you are dating a person, and then, for example, you are a very secure and confident person, or you have that conscious belief, have that natural assumption everyone wants you, you're going to have very different ways of interpreting behaviors, and you will not then go down the rabbit hole of following thoughts and unfavorable storylines that then lead to you having an unfavorable result. So if you do feel like fear and doubt creeps in, observe your thoughts and ask yourself, which state of consciousness am I in? Which version of myself am I embodying? And so you can also do this and revise when things collapse in your reality that are unfavorable. For example, if someone has shown distance, you can absolutely tell yourself the new story, shift into the new reality and say, they are absolutely in love with me. Of course they want to be with me because everybody wants to be with me. I'm always chosen. Embody that truth today. This is when those incidents where you assume that you are being rejected, ignored, ghosted, etc., can be shifted immediately, and you can prevent anything from unfavorable collapsing, or you can also revise what has happened previously when you were not conscious and have things turn around in your favor. Okay, so I hope this helped you to break free from some limiting beliefs and the myth of rejection is protection. The only one that is choosing rejection, in fact, is you. And if you decide that you would like to have anyone in your reality conform, or if you decide that there is someone that you really love or that you would like a relationship with, there is no reason why you should assume you cannot have it. So I hope that this advice helped you. I tried to keep it simple and short, but let me know in the comments if it was helpful to you. Like and subscribe and check out my other content on manifesting, where we dive deeper into how you can actually shift your unconscious patterns in order to get more favorable results in your love life.